all, welcome to my channel. I'm Matt, this is Matt's Mods, and today guys we're going to be doing our Apache build. So we are going to do stage 4 of pack 1 of the Apache. Now this is the last stage in pack 1 that we got, and I have actually had my next delivery, and we've got a further 8 more stages in pack 2, so lots to do. And when I look through the instructions for it, wow, we've got a lot to do in these first 2 packs. It is amazing what they're putting in there. So today we are going to be working on the Copilot's dashboard, and yeah, we've got decals, gluing, screwing, you name it, it's in there. So we better get started with this one today. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, so stage 4, we are assembling the Copilot instrument panel. Fantastic. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just to get our test board. We need to put some batteries in it. I'm not a fan of these test boards because, like you've just seen there, they just ping everywhere, the batteries. But we need to test this LED. So, checking the way it goes round. Okay, so that is working. Okay, move the test board to one side because we need this bit next. And what we're going to do is we are going to attach this to this here. And that's screwed in place with 2 CP screws. Now, shortly after I've just done these first few stages, I am going to have to pause the camera because I do need to go get some warm water because we have some of the decals to put it in. Okay, I don't want that too hard on there because it is a circuit board and I don't want to break it. Okay, so with that in place, the next thing we need is this piece here, and we need this part just here. Now this is just going to simply slot over the 2 pegs just on there, making sure you get it in the right way. Okay, that's going to give us sort of some of the screens. Okay, so with that in place, what we need to do next is we get our wire, and it just wants us to thread it through the bottom just down there. It's a bit of a tight fit. Let's grab some tweezers. It should go down, which it has done. And then we're just going to thread this downwards. Okay. And then once we get this down, we're going to put these 2 pieces together. Now, it doesn't say anything about gluing them. You do need to make sure the pins are lined up. There we go. And that is now together. Okay. So, next what we need to do is we need these 2 details here. Now these are just going to be pressed into place. So I'm just making sure I get this correctly. So this piece here with this detail is going to go onto this notch just on there. And again, they don't say to glue it, just saying to push it in place. Okay, and then this piece here is going to go at the other side, making sure that it's orientated in the correct way. Now they are falling out, as you can see, so I'm wondering whether I may need to put some glue on these. Let's just check this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put a little bit of glue on them. Grab my glue. Sometimes they're just not a push fit, and sometimes they are. It's nothing really you can do about it. I'm only using a very small amount of glue, very minimal. Okay, so that one's on there, and just while I put some glue on the other side, I can hold that in place. Always making sure that you orientate these around the right way. Okay, so that is that on. So the next thing we're going to be doing is the decal stuff. So I'm just going to pause the camera and go and get some warm water so I can soak the decals in. So back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay, so here I have some water. Quite big actually compared to the size of the decal, but yeah. So here is the first decal it's asking us to put on. So I'm just going to bob that in the water. That'll only take a few seconds. Just going to move that to one side, because what I just need to do is, just with a cotton bud, just going to dampen the area that this has to go on. Okay, now if I have that decal, it should start moving on the paper, which it has done. I know it's out of shot. Here we go. That's the last thing you want to happen. So all I'm going to do now is transfer the decal from the paper onto where we want it. And for that, I'm just going to use my cotton bud. Then I'm going to line that up to where it's going to be the best. And that has gone on pretty well, actually. Just accidentally nudged it then. But if you wet the decal again, you can move it around again. And then on a dry side of the cocktail stick, sorry, not cocktail stick, cotton bud, I'm just going to take off the excess water. I wasn't totally happy with that placement. It seemed a bit wonky. Best thing with decals is take your time with them. That's something I've learned. My dad absolutely despised decals. He wasn't really a professional model maker, but he didn't like them. Okay, so with that one in place, now these are going to have to dry. So, yeah. So, we'll get the next one on. The next one on is this one just here. So again, putting that in the water, Just going to wet my cotton bud. So this is going to go on the other side. Okay. So with that in place, we'll just taking a while this one. Okay, that's starting to come off the paper now. Sometimes the worst bit is actually just trying to get it out the water. Okay, so I'm just looking how they want this orientated. Okay, so here we are with the second one. Now that's accidentally come off and gone onto my cotton bud. I've got it back on there now. And then just manoeuvring it around until it's correct. Or you're at least happy. Okay, I'm happy with that. So dry the excess. And sometimes that does happen. So what's happened there is just drying the excess moved it. So I am not an expert at decals, but by any means I'm still learning the process of them. Okay, so that one's on. Right, so we've got one more to go for the moment. And this one is a tiny one. Now this one is just going to sit up here. Again, just a bit of water on there. Wait for it to come loose. Which is sometimes the longest bit. Okay, that's moving now. Maybe does that, that's biggest pain. Let's see if I can do it a different way, which is pick it up with the cotton bud. Sometimes works, but when you want it to, it never does. This one is extremely small. You see, now it's stuck to the cotton bud. I sometimes think decals have a mind of their own. I really do. But from looking at pack 2, we have got a lot of decals on this build. Okay, that's gone in pretty easily, so I'm happy with that. So that's enough for the decals for the moment. What we need to do next is we need to bring over these pieces. They are different. And then we've got these perspex bits, which we're just going to put underneath. Which kind of need to line up. So they will go in. Come on. Right, I think that one's in. It is. We'll do the one on this side. Wow, that one was a lot easier to put in than the other. Okay, so they are in place. And next, we actually do need to install them onto our instrument panel. So this one, which has a little red detail, is going to go on there. Now, it is actually saying to glue this. So I'll get some glue ready. Not going to get an absolute ton of glue. It does say though to be careful not to get glue on the decal or on the perspex. But if it does, it'll go here. Okay, so that's a tiny bit of glue, and then this can just be pushed into place just like so. I wish these things would stay in place. Okay, and then same on the other side. Okay, and that's what that should be looking like at the end, by the end. So looking really, really nice. Right, we don't stop there. We've still got work to do. So the next piece we need is this piece here, and we've got this tiny bit of perspex. Now this is shaped in a way which is going to make it easy for us to fit this inside. Which it's just done there. Fantastic. Right, so we need to put on a decal, but kind of underneath. So just looking how this goes. They wanting us to put a decal on this, and then this is going to sit on here. Okay, this could be easier said than done, but we'll give it a go. So I'll soak the decal in the water. Now I need to make sure this is the correct way around, because if not, we're going to be in trouble. It's really hard to see, but one end is curved. So I'm just applying some water to there. I'll have a see what, yeah, that's coming off now. Don't really want to do that, but okay, so bring this up to it. Try and grab the decal, push it down, try and maneuver it in into place. Right, that's on. Okay, and I'm just going to carefully just dry it, but I am just going to stop recording for a second because I want that to dry before I put it in, because if not we're going to trap moisture in there, or the decal might move. So I'm just going to pause the camera for 5 minutes, let that dry, and then we'll come back. So back in a sec.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so that has had time to dry now. So what we need to do next is we actually need to put this into here. So hopefully this goes okay. Might need tweezers. So obviously you want to get the sort of rounded ends like before. It would just be better putting that on the ground while this gets placed in. Hopefully it's not a tight fit, but it looks like it could be. I think that's going in. Okay, that's in there. Excellent. Wow, that went a bit smoother than what I thought it would do. Okay, so need to bring this piece over next. And we're just going to basically put this onto here. There's only one way this can go because of the pegs. So we'll place that together. You know, I think they do need a bit of glue on them. I'll get some glue out. Just sometimes you can just tell it's just not a push fit. So I only want to use minimal amount of glue on this because I don't want that perspex to haze. Even though the glue I use is quite good at not doing that. Okay, so that is together. What we next need to do is we're going to be fitting this to our dashboard or instrument panel. And this is just going to simply fit in there like that. Now, to be honest with you, it says to push it in, but it is not a push fit, is this. So I am just going to drop some glue in there if I can. Just to help it, and then I'll put a little bit on the pegs on here, because that is definitely not a push fit. Okay, so we'll put this in place. Okay, so that is in place. Now I'm going to test this because we are actually done. Oh no, we're not actually. We've got to install this cockpit, but I'm going to test this now anyway, just to make sure everything is still working. Which it is. Looking really nice. Okay, so if we bring over our cockpit, we're going to install this. Now we need to put the wire just down in that hole, just down there. Again, the tight fit on the socket, but it's working. I want to be careful I don't damage any of the detail that's already in there when pulling this wire through. try and get this into place. There we go, it's just gone lovely into place. Okay, we do need to secure this in, and we do that with a DP screw. So here is a DP screw. I'm not worried about any oil on this screw because we are going into plastic, but that's a nice tight fit. Okay, and it's in place. So as you can see, it's in place. Now let's light this up again just to see what it looks like. And there we have it. That is our cockpit so far. Looking fantastic, really impressive. And that is actually all there is to do in this stage. So we have done so much in this first pack. It's unbelievable. And then when like I said, I've looked at the second pack. Wow, we've got quite a bit to do in that one. So yeah, really starting us off strong. But that is this stage complete. So that's stage 4 complete and pack 1 complete. Well guys, that's it for the Apache for stage 4. Thank you for watching. That's pack 1 done as well. And like I said, yeah, I've already got pack 2 ready to go. So happy building ahead. I think the best thing I've learned about decals is I'm not very good with decals, I've got to admit. Stickers and decals are my worst bit. And what I learned when I did the gold band on the Titanic is just patience and take your time, and it works for me. It might take a bit longer than what some more experienced builders can do, but for me, just take my time. And we have got quite a few decals to put on to this model as well, so yeah, I'm gonna have to start practicing at it. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please could give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.